The salt-kissed wind whipped through my hair as I stood on the pier, watching the massive ships glide into the harbor like silent giants returning from battle. It was a crisp spring day, the kind where the sun dances on the waves, promising new beginnings, but my heart carried the weight of old wounds. I was there for my sister's homecoming ceremony. Her husband, Lieutenant Commander Alex, a highly decorated Navy officer, was finally back after a long deployment. My name is Jenna, and I've always been the black sheep in our family, the one who chose a different path. While my sister, Clara, followed the straight and narrow college, marriage to a military hero, a picture-perfect life, I wandered, chasing dreams that led me through shadowy alleys of struggle and self-discovery. But what they didn't know was that my wandering had forged me into something unbreakable, a quiet force in a world of chaos. Growing up, our family was tight-knit on the surface, but cracks ran deep. Dad was a retired veteran, proud and unyielding, always comparing us. Clara's the star, he'd say with a chuckle that stung, and Jenna, well, she's finding her way. Finding my way meant dropping out of college to care for Mom during her illness, then scraping by with odd jobs after she passed. They called me a deadbeat behind closed doors, whispering about my lack of ambition, my failure to settle down. Clara, with her flawless home and Alex's medals lining the walls, became the benchmark I could never reach. I'd smile through family gatherings, enduring the pitying looks, but inside, it chipped away at me like waves eroding stone. That day, the base buzzed with excitement, flags fluttering, families hugging, the air thick with anticipation. Clara waved me over, her eyes sparkling. "Jenna, you made it." "Alex can't wait to see everyone." I hugged her, feeling the familiar twinge of envy mixed with love. Alex emerged from the ship, tall and commanding in his uniform, medals gleaming under the sun. He embraced Clara first, then turned to me with a warm smile. But as our eyes met, something shifted. His expression softened to recognition, then respect. The mystery hung in the air like fog over the water. Why did this decorated officer look at me like I was the hero? Little did my family know, as they gathered around, chattering about his latest honors, that Alex's salute would shatter their illusions. Dad clapped him on the back, boasting, "Our family's proud of you, son." But Alex's gaze lingered on me, hinting at a shared secret from distant shores, one that would expose the truth I'd buried deep and turn their insults into echoes of regret. But what I didn't know that day, as the ceremony unfolded with speeches and applause echoing across the deck, was how deeply the family's disdain had poisoned our bonds. They'd always painted me as the failure, the one who couldn't hold a job, who drifted from place to place, unworthy of their polished world. Deadbeat Jenna, they'd joke at holidays, their laughter masking the hurt they inflicted. Clara, my own sister, joined in sometimes, her words gentle but cutting. "When are you going to get your life together, Jen?" Like Alex, he's out there saving the world. I swallowed it all, hiding the pain behind forced smiles, but each insult carved deeper into my soul, leaving me feeling shattered and alone. The betrayal ran deeper than words. Years ago, after Mom died, I discovered Dad had redirected her small inheritance to Clara's wedding fund, claiming I wouldn't use it wisely. It broke me. That lack of faith pushing me further into isolation. I traveled, taking undercover work that I couldn't share, jobs in humanitarian aid, embedding in conflict zones to help evacuate civilians. It was dangerous, unglamorous, but it gave me purpose. No medals, no parades, just quiet saves in the shadows. Alex and I had crossed paths once during a chaotic extraction in a war-torn region. I was the anonymous coordinator, guiding his team out of harm's way through encrypted channels. He never knew my name, only my code, Guardian Angel. I'd saved his life and his men's, but I kept it secret, not wanting the spotlight, back at the family dinner that evening. The insults flowed like wine. Dad raised a glass to Alex, then turned to me with a sigh. If only Jenna could find something meaningful like that. Clara nodded, adding, "Yes, sis, you deserve better than bouncing around." Their words hit like stones, reopening old wounds. I felt the heartbreak swell, tears pricking my eyes as memories flooded, nights in makeshift camps, risking everything for strangers while my family dismissed me as worthless. The realization dawned slowly. This wasn't just ignorance. It was a deliberate blindness, a betrayal of the sisterhood and love we'd once shared. How could they not see my strength? The emotional struggle consumed me, leaving me adrift in doubt and sorrow. Yet in that darkness, a fire kindled. Staring at Alex across the table, seeing the subtle nod he gave me, I felt a shift. No more hiding. The pain transformed into resolve. I'd uncover the truth, not for vengeance, but to reclaim my narrative. Drawing from the resilience forged in those hidden missions, I prepared to step into the light, turning their betrayal into a bridge to understanding and strength. Until everything changed that very night, as the dinner plates cleared and conversations hushed, when Alex stood suddenly, his chair scraping against the floor like a call to attention. "There's something I need to say," he announced, his voice steady but laced with emotion. The room fell silent, all eyes on him. He turned to me, snapping a crisp salute that echoed through the quiet. "Jenna Guardian Angel, thank you for saving my team. Without you, we wouldn't be here." Gasps filled the air. Clara's fork clattered to her plate, Dad's face paling as recognition dawned. The climax unfolded like a wave crashing ashore. Alex recounted the mission, the ambush, the desperation, the mysterious voice that led them to safety. "I tracked you down after," he explained, pulling out a commendation letter from intelligence channels. "You were the one coordinating from the shadows, risking everything anonymously." My family's expression shifted from confusion to shock. Clara's eyes widened in disbelief, Dad's hands trembling as he read the document. "All this time, we thought," he stammered, the weight of their insults crashing back on them. Clara burst into tears, whispering, "Jen, why didn't you tell us?" But the truth exposed their betrayal. The years of dismissal now lay bare. The revenge came not in anger, but in quiet justice. Dad apologized first, voice breaking. "We were blind, Jenna. Forgive us." Clara hugged me tightly, her perfect facade cracking as she admitted her envy of my freedom. They faced the consequences of their word-strained relationships, mending through honest talks, a newfound respect replacing the scorn. Alex's salute became the turning point. His public acknowledgement, honoring my hidden sacrifices and humbling them all dot in the months that followed. Peace bloomed like flowers after rain. Our family grew closer, sharing stories without judgment, my deadbeat label replaced by admiration. I found closure in their regret, releasing the burdens I'd carried alone. Looking back, those insults weren't just words. They were mirrors of their own fears, shattered by truth's light. Betrayal can wound deeply, but it also opens doors to forgiveness and growth. The lesson remains: never judge the paths others walk. Beneath the surface lies strength unseen, teaching us to embrace empathy and celebrate the quiet heroes among us.